A lot of people think moving to Santo Domingo is all about finding a nice apartment. But what most people don't realize, your entire experience can change based on one single thing, and that's the energy you choose, meaning the place that you decide to live. Because some parts of Santo Domingo feel calm, peace, balance, and other parts feel fast, social, loud, and very, very active. And depending on your personality, one lifestyle will make you fall in love with Dominican Republic, and the other, it might make you leave. So today I want to talk about the quiet areas of Dominican Republic versus the nightlife areas, who each lifestyle is for, the pros, the cons, and what people moving here need to know before they make a decision on choosing where they live. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make when they move to Santo Domingo is thinking that Santo Domingo is only one experience. And it's not, because you could have two people living here paying similar rent, both living in a modern apartment, but their actual lifestyle feels completely different. One person wakes up to peace and quiet, the other one wakes up to traffic, music, nightlife, and non-stop movement. And neither one of these are actually wrong. It just depends on the lifestyle that you want to live. And that's why I always tell people, don't just choose an apartment, choose an environment, because that environment will affect your stress level, your routine, your spending habits, your sleep, your social life, your mindset, and honestly, you know what else? Your happiness. Now, personally, a lot of people moving abroad, especially Americans, don't realize how overstimulated they are mentally until they actually slow down. Because in the United States, everything is fast, rush, pressure, noise, constant movement, constant stress. And sometimes when people move abroad, what they're really searching for is they're searching for peace. And that's why the quieter areas of Santo Domingo appeals to families, retirees, remote workers, introverts, people focused on wellness, or just people who are simply trying to slow down the pace of life. Because it's something different about waking up in a calmer environment. You sleep better, you think clearer, and you feel less rushed. And a lot of people underestimate how valuable peace becomes until you get older, like myself. Sometimes the flex isn't about being around the action. For me, the flex now is having a peace of mind. Now on the other side, you have people who just love the energy of the city. Now, I'm on both sides. I like the quieter side, but I also like the energy of the city. I don't want both of them 24 hours a day, but I can completely understand why someone will want the energy of the city all the time. There are areas here in Santo Domingo where the lifestyle feels vibrant. I'm talking about high octane energy. You've got rooftop restaurants, lounges, cafes, social scenes, networking opportunities, luxury buildings, walkable entertainment, and just that modern city energy. And for certain people, that energy makes them feel alive, and I'm one of those people. The energy here in the city of Santo Domingo makes me feel alive. And the people this energy particularly appeals to are entrepreneurs, younger expats, digital nomads, social people, content creators, people who are dating, and people who come here trying to build connections. For some people, living in a quiet area, it actually makes them feel isolated. They want movement, they want convenience, they want to be close to everything. And now that I think about it, that sounds like me. And Santo Domingo offers all of that. I tell people this all the time, that this city can give you multiple lifestyles depending on how you position yourself. But here's the part that doesn't get mentioned enough. There are some trade-offs in both of these scenarios. Every lifestyle comes with a trade-off. So for the quieter areas, it usually gives you more peace, less traffic, easier parking, more space, and slower mornings. But sometimes these areas can feel less exciting, less social, far from the entertainment, and a little disconnected from the action. Now the nightlife heavy areas, yes, they can be exciting, but guess what? They come with more traffic, more noise, higher prices, distractions, late night activities, harder parking, and sometimes a lot less peace. So the question becomes, what matters to you? convenience and energy, or calm and balance. Because there's no perfect area. There's only an area that fits your personality the best. And here's another important conversation. A lot of people choose neighborhoods based on Instagram, YouTube, popularity, what other expats are doing, or whatever looks luxurious to them. But understand, luxury doesn't always buy happiness. Some people move into busy areas like Piantini because it looks impressive. And then they get there and realize they actually want peace. And some people move into quieter areas because they want to save money, like way out in Santo Domingo Este around the Juan Bosch area. But then they realize they miss the energy and the social life. That's why I tell people, don't ask where everybody lives. Ask yourself, how do you actually want to live? Because that's the real question. Because this move isn't about impressing people online. It's about creating a lifestyle that you genuinely enjoy every single day you wake up. Now, without turning this into a full real estate tour, you definitely notice different energy levels dependent on the area. Places like Piantini, Naco, Zona Colonial, parts of Bella Vista tend to feel a little bit more active, social, upscale, and entertainment focused. You've got the restaurant, the lounges, the nightlife, the movement, the traffic. In those areas, it's always something happening. Now, areas like Bella Vista, parts of Bella Vista, and Arroyo Hondo or Los Casagascos can feel a little bit more residential and a little bit more relaxed. It's still beautiful, it's still convenient, but it's calmer overall. And that's why I encourage people to spend time in different areas when they come here before they sign a long-term lease. Because what feels exciting while you're here on a one-week vacation may not feel sustainable after 6 months of living here. And right here is probably one of the biggest mistakes people make. They choose an area to live based on vacation emotions. And you gotta understand, vacation energy is different. When you're on vacation, all you want is excitement. You want the nightlife. You want the restaurants. You want the movement. You want the activity. But living somewhere permanently, that is a totally different story. Now you're thinking about things like sleep, routine, grocery shopping, traffic, productivity, stress, and most of all, your mental peace. And then suddenly, things that felt exciting while you were on vacation now feels mentally exhausting when you start living here. But that doesn't mean nightlife areas are bad, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. It just means that you really need to understand who you are honestly and what you want. Because some people genuinely thrive in high energy environments, and I'm one of those people. I wouldn't want to live in a place like Punta Cana. It's not a high energy environment to me. Yes, it's a high energy vacation environment, but it's not a high energy real life environment. I could live in a place like Jarabacoa, or even on the North Coast in places like Puerto Plata or Sosúa. To me, those are not high energy environments. Those are high energy vacation environments, but not high energy environments overall. But then you have those people who realize that, hey, I moved here to slow down, not to be in a high energy environment. And I get it. And another thing people underestimate is how the neighborhood you choose really affects your finances. If you live in a nightlife heavy area, you naturally tend to spend more money. You know why? Because temptation is everywhere. The restaurant is downstairs, the rooftop lounges, the coffee shops, delivery apps, the social outings, the convenient spending. And before you realize it, guess what? Your lifestyle inflation kicks in, where quieter areas tend to encourage you to stay home more, cook at home, routines, healthier habits, slower living, and less impulse spending. I have to agree with that. Staying here in Naco is so much around here. There's a lot of impulse spending going on sometimes. And honestly, over time, that can make a huge difference financially, especially for those moving over here to create freedom. But here's one big lesson I've learned by living here. People are always asking me, what's the best area here in Santo Domingo? But the truth is, there is no universal best area. There's only the best area for your personality, your goals, the stage of life you're currently in, and your lifestyle. A single person in their 30s can want something way different than a family, a retiree, a remote worker, or someone who just coming to seek peace. And that's okay. Because you're not coming here to copy anybody's lifestyle. You're coming here to build a life that actually fits who you are. So at the end of the day, Santo Domingo can feel peaceful, but it also can feel overwhelming. It can feel healing, or it can feel distracting. It can feel calm, or it can feel non-stop. And a lot of that comes down to, guess what? The area that you choose. So before you move here, don't ask yourself, how much is the rent? Ask yourself, what type of life do I want to wake up to every single day? Because that answer matters more than people actually think. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you're thinking about moving to Dominican Republic, check out my free DR cost of living calculator. I'll leave the links in the video description below. It'll break down all the numbers and give you an idea of what it would cost for you to live right here in Santo Domingo. Also, if you're interested in investing in real estate, connect with Milton and I on our website, drinvestandlive.com. Also, you can click the link in the video description below that says, I want to invest in real estate, and we'll be in touch with you. And also, I have two newsletters, the Live Your Best Life weekly newsletter and the DR Real Estate Insider bi-weekly newsletter. Links to both are in the video description below, guys. And remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're going to live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.